Good morning, friends. I'm excited to be able to be here with you this morning for our lesson. Our lesson isn't going to be in the classroom this morning, it's going to be in my office because I've got this nice table here to be able to show you some of the different patterns that we can create. Now, there are patterns that we see all around us. We see spiral patterns out in different plants, in trees. We can see patterns in the leaves and even in the branches that are there. In flowers, you can see patterns in the petals, and maybe, hopefully one day this week it'll be nice enough that maybe we can go for a little walk outside and see what kind of patterns that we can see outside when you're at school. But you can always go for a nature walk with your family and take a look around to see what kind of patterns you see around you. Now today we are going to use different types of things. These are manipulatives or different things that you would normally see in a classroom. And I am going to make different patterns out of them. Now, first of all, we've got our cubes, and you've probably played with these cubes before and have been able to snap them together. But I'm going to make a pattern out of these cubes. So say, I really like orange because orange is the color of Halloween. And I'm going to say, I've got 1, 2, 3 here. And then, you know what? I think I'm going to put 1, 2 green, and then, let's see, I'm going to do another pattern of orange. Now I had 1, 2, 3 orange, 2 green. I'm going to do another, there goes my blocks. I'm going to do another 1, 2, 3 orange. Now if I had, see, I've got 1, 2, 3 orange, 1, 2 green, 1, 2, 3 orange. What should I do next to complete my pattern? I've got some more green, so let's do 1, 2 green. Now take a look. It's a pattern. It repeats itself. 1, 2, 3 orange, 1, 2 green, 1, 2, 3 orange, 1, 2 green. Now we can put blocks in different patterns in shape or size or texture. Your patterns can be all different types of objects. This one we just used with our snap cubes, but let's take a look at some of our blocks. You probably have played with some of these blocks before too in class. These are nice, have some nice color in them. So let's take our blocks. What could we do with patterns with our blocks? Maybe we could start out with one yellow block, and maybe we've got 1, 2 triangles, and then we can do some cool shapes with this too. We could do 1, 2 red blocks, and then maybe we could do a couple of more yellow, and then, or sorry, not yellow, green. Oh my goodness, I hope you caught me on that. Our green triangles, and then maybe we can do another yellow. So if we did yellow, green, red, yellow, or sorry, my goodness, yellow, green, red, green, yellow, what would I be doing next to complete my pattern? Yellow, green, red, green, yellow. If we started back in the beginning, what would be the next one that I would put here? Okay, let's see. We could put some green here. And then what happens after our green? Because we're going to repeat this, right? So we've got yellow, green, and then what comes next? We've got our red. There we go. And then what comes after our red? We've got some more greens. Now I need another one here. There we go. Okay. So we've got our yellow, we've got our green, we've got our red, we've got our second green, and then what do we need again? Another big yellow. So there you go. I've got a pattern there with my shapes. What do you think about that? I bet you could be a lot more creative than I can with this. These are a lot of fun. And if you ever want to do shapes at home, you can use Lego. You can use different types of farm animals if you have them. You can use paper clips. You can use buttons if you have those too. You could go out and pick out a whole bunch of rocks and use rocks, different kinds of rocks. So I'm going to put these shapes aside and I'm going to show you what I've got here. These here are our ocean animals. So we've got some dolphins here. We can put our dolphins together. We have some electric eels, I guess, a few electric eels. We've got these hammerhead sharks here. We've got a killer whale. We've got some seals in the back. And some I think these are sea lions and these are seals, or vice versa. I should be looking and knowing more about this. Oh, here's some more killer whales, orca whales. This is another different kind of shark. Okay, let's see. Let's sort them all out into areas so we know what we've got. We only have one octopus there. Okay, a few hammerheads. So here we go. We just took a whole pile of our stuff and we sorted them out into different piles. And I sorted them in piles by this very similar characters. So these all look the same. These are all of our dolphins. These are all of our eels. These are all of our hammerhead sharks. These are all of our orcas. We only have one of this little guy. We only have one of this little guy, but we've got a bunch of sea lions and we've got a few seals as well. So we could make a pattern with these. We've sorted them into piles. Now we can take them and create some kind of a pattern. So I think I'm gonna do 2 of these. Oh, I've got another one of those. 2 of these, 1 eel, 2 of these, 1 hammerhead. And so if we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of sea animals right now. So if we're going to be doing a repeating pattern, we've got to start from the beginning again. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different types of animals, or sorry, sea animals, mammals, I guess they are. And then, so we're going back to the beginning, and we've got our 2 dolphins. And then what do we have next? We've got our eel. And what do we have next? We've got our sea lions. And what do we have next? After it, we've got this little sharky guy. Ooh, there we go. And if we start back at the pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, we're starting back 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're repeating patterns. They all look the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try. Do we have enough for one more? 1, 2. Oh, I need another one of these guys. Do I have another one? I'm sure I do somewhere. Here he is. 3. Another little hammerhead. There we go. Isn't that fun? So I just made another pattern here. At this time, I made it with some sea animals. And you can take a look at some of the different types of collections that you might have at home that you could do different types of patterns with. Even Shopkins or little things like that you might have. And maybe you have quite a bit of them. You can put them together and start to make different patterns. So for our very last pattern, I'm going to use something that I have in my office. And your parents, or an adult or someone that's working at home might have these. So I've got some clips, I've got some paper clips, and I've got push pins. So I'm going to see if I can make a pattern out of some of these. Let's see. Okay, so everything is sorted together. Let's see, we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 push pins, 1, 2 paper clips, 2 paper clips, and then 1 big clip. And so how many did we start with our push pins? 1, 2, 3. And then what do we have after our push pins again? We had 2 big paper clips. 1, 2, and then 1 of the huge paper clips. So there we go. We have another pattern. Look at this. We can find patterns everywhere in everything that we have. And then we're going to sort them back into the proper places. So we'll put our push pins all together in our push pin package. We'll put our paper clips together. Oh, we've got a few more push pins, and we've got our big clips that we'll put together too. So today, your activity, first of all, what I'm going to get you to do with your mom and dad or your adult that's there helping you is to take a look at this pattern here. Now, you can color it if you want to, but the main part of looking at this picture that I will have on our website is to see how is this guy here, this carpenter, this is a picture of a carpenter's garage, probably where he's working. Take a look at the picture. Is he sorting his stuff in a special way? Do you see special things in different areas that are similar? Are there some kinds of patterns that you see in the picture? Take a look. Circle the patterns or circle the different types of items that are put together because they are very similar. Maybe they're the same type of tool, or maybe they're the same size of tool, or maybe it's what it's used for. Maybe it's put together because it's used for the same thing. So take a look at this. See what you can find with your eyes. You'll be a detective with this picture. And go through it, color or circle the spots that help you to figure out where the patterns are and and how this carpenter here has sorted his garage. Looking forward to hearing and seeing some of the things that you have with that. And then your activity, your actual work activity is this one here. This is called cleanup time. So you are going to help the carpenter clean up her bench. So take a look at all of these different things down here. These are a bunch of different items that a carpenter would have in their workshop. Take a look. What are some of the things that you would put together so that they could clean it up? And where would you put it? So use some crayons and see if you could put them together in some of these, either these baskets up here, or if you wouldn't put it in one of these boxes, where would you put it? And which ones would you group together? So take a look at this today. Have an adult help you with it. It'll be a lot of fun. If you have different types of things at home that you could do some counting collections with, let's do that. You could do patterns. You can count by 2s. You can count by 4s. You can count by 5s. You could even count by 10s if you wanted to. So let's do some fun things with math and some things that you have at home with your toys. Okay, friends, have fun with all of this, and I can't wait to see what you come up with.